This is K Solo. This is 50.
We got some beer.
I tell your mom that mind her business. When I first met your moms, I gave your mom respect. But now I see she knows me, I see that she suspects I'm some bad guy. I don't know why. You have to tell your mother lies about you and I. Now when you first told me, she said that was a no-no. Cause of my haircut and people call me Solo.
What's up, y'all? It's your girl at Gossip Viv. But this is 50.com and GossipViv.com. And we've got the legendary K Solo.
Say, man, had a lot of people in a real strange way. Some said I should have spelled this a long time ago, but I stayed amateur while others turned pro.
Here in Orlando, Florida. How you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain.
Can't complain. You haven't done an interview since 2007.
You ain't lying.
Why?
Well, you know, family gets in the way, real life gets in the way. You know, sometimes that takes the back burner to that, you know?
Mm-hmm. Well, we miss you.
Thank you.
You know, on Hit Squad, you know, we used to seeing you on stage, Redman, right. All of them. What happened?
You know what I'm saying? People grow up, priorities take place, and, you know, shape in your life. And, you know, I'm happy. I sleep good at night.
Right. We was talking about that earlier
You know
off camera.
I sleep good at night, and, you know.
So when you say that, is that something like when you was in the industry, you wasn't sleeping good at night?
No, I'm just saying a lot of people in the industry, I don't think sleep that good now. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I think, you know, as they say, the dust settles.
Mm-hmm.
New perspectives take upon, you know, a shape. And for me, I'm just speaking for me, you know, I know everybody else, I don't know how everybody else is doing, but like me, I sleep good at night. You know, my family's close, you know what I'm saying? The things that really are important to me are, you know, on the front burner, you know?
Mm-hmm.
P-R-O, now I'ma throw letters in my word so I can make a spellbound flow. Read it slow. See how it S-O-U-N-D sounds? K-S-O-L-O, spellbound.
You know, I remember going to the mall and buying the cassette tape of Your Mom's in My Business with one of my best friends, Melissa Sanchez. She knows who she is. And then Redman came out, kinda.
Right.
And not for nothing, y'all was both light-skinned. And I was like, I wonder if they related or what's the deal?
Me and him got the same birthday, and
crazy.
Redman, when he first went out, Redman went out with me. I did the groundwork for Redman, and that's before he did the EPMD song. What was Redman's song that he did with EPMD? Hardcore, to make the brothers act fool. But I did the groundwork with him. He was on the road with me. He was my DJ at the time, and being we shared a birthday, we couldn't tell people we weren't brothers. So.
Oh, yeah. But y'all not.
Nah.
No relation.
No relation at all.
The light skin is.
And we're both Cherokee Indians too, from what I hear. So.
Nice.
We got that going too.
All right. So, when EPMD were together, I mean, this is before all the hip hop beef and everything they wanted. What did you feel when they, I guess, separated and then it became Def Squad, then Hit Squad, and when that happened? Were you given the option to choose a side, or did you just choose a side on your own, or?
I had an opportunity to do something with Dr. Dre, and we did Snoop. We were putting a lot of that stuff together, DOC, me, Chocolate, Dre, Sam Snead. Mm-hmm. We stayed busy in the West Coast too. You know, it's funny you say that. You know, the West Coast, you know, gave 50 the opportunity too with Eminem, and, you know, it was a great situation for him too. You know, I just think that the money over there is a little different than the money from where we at. The only one that I see really doing something on the East is Jay, you know what I'm saying? Not to knock the other dudes out there that are very talented and who's doing their thing. It's just the West Coast, there was just so much money out there and there was so many opportunities for them guys, and they really put it down to a point where I had to respect what they were doing. You know, it was black music at the end of the day. I don't segregate. And I think, you know, Andre Young was real smart and rebounding off the Eazy-E situation and doing what he had to do, and getting them guys where they needed to be in their life. Look at Snoop, you know, they did their numbers, and I was real happy to be a part of that scenario.
Okay. So you didn't pick a side between Def Squad and His Squad?
No, they're my brothers still. I love both of them. I know politics get in the way of certain things, and, you know, I don't really have nothing to say. I learned, mine was more of a learning experience being the oldest out of the Hit Squad, and I would sit and watch and, you know, pray for everybody and just hope for the best in the scenario, you know?
Okay. Now, I'm from Queens.
Me too.
And then I heard about you when I moved to Long Island, and I got with this knucklehead behind the camera.
Right.
So, I mean, I heard a lot of things outside of the rap. So, I guess I'm trying to word it so no one feels like I'm picking sides or being whatever. I heard there was like some kind of an issue between you and Keith Murray and.
Well, I didn't get a chance to do Keith Murray like I did Redman, and we're both from. I'm being from Queens and originally, then moved to Long Island about 7 years old, and then knowing him, I tried to put him in the mix, and then when the Hit Squad dissipated and Death Squad had to pick up, he had to pick a side. We did have a situation where one of my friends from my neighborhood, I used to box, I was a pugilist first. My little brother Darryl is a 13 title holder champion to this day, undefeated as a professional. One of my dudes had got into it, one of his friends, and I felt that he should have at least got in there and said, well, K put me on, that's his man, leave it alone, and it didn't go that way, so we had an issue, but Redman had got between it, and, we left it alone, because, that's his little brother, and I'm Redman's big brother, so it was like,
Okay.
it was politics.
Sticky.
Yeah, it was very sticky, we were thick as thieves, and, it is what it is, you know what I'm saying? I actually plotted to get myself in the situation, and then I sued the club. I didn't call the cops. I mean, I'm gifted like that.
Right.
And I wasn't hurt. I was taken care of more than I was hurt. And I'm a live action guy, so I didn't mind, putting myself out there. I really didn't. I think I was kind of interesting and, ironic.
He's
I'm probably
so
the
funny.
only guy that could actually throw himself in a situation and say, I know the outcome and actually called the outcome and how it was going to go. And the guy that went with me was like, yo, you called it to the T. So, success to everybody. Shout out to Murray. It was a while ago,
Yeah.
But,
So I guess when you say shout out to Murray, it's squash. It's done.
yeah, I mean, you live and you learn, you know what I'm saying? I know, in my neck of the woods and where I'm from, you know what I'm saying? I'm a tough kid, you know what I'm saying? I handle my business as a pugilist, you know what I'm saying? But today, in the day we live in today, it's not a one-on-one scenario. It's not mano and mano. It's, 20 niggas on one nigga, you know what I'm saying?
Is that what happened?
Yeah, that's what happened. But my whole thing was this. I knew that was going to happen. So it wasn't like I wasn't prepared.
Oh.
And at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, I had to make a point. And I did. And my point, I made my point. Like, you can't take 50 people on the road with you. So it would have got sticky on the other side, too, if it had kept going. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like we were like, oh, we understand the situation. We all understand where we all come from, and everybody knows, basically, and that's what strategy is about, My thing is knowledge in the situation, strategy, and then execution, key to anything, My ducks was in line, but when I had Redman on the phone and I heard how upset he was, in the melee.
Was he upset with you or with the other
He was upset
side?
with the whole situation. I just never heard his voice crack like that, and I had to say, all right, this is a real situation. And Murray did the same thing. So we left it alone,
Got you.
We moved on as men,
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, that's a good thing that black people can do that. We all come from the same struggles.
Yes,
same
we do.
environment.
Okay.
But sometimes it's not easy to do that when you're already frustrated and you're in a situation where you don't know what the outcome is going to be and there's no light at the end of the tunnel. Sometimes violence is the only answer. And even Mike Tyson said, Mike Tyson told me one thing that was real funny after he said Mike Tyson was in California with me, him, and Flo Rida. We was hanging out whole weekend. Mike Tyson's a nut. He said, everybody got a plan till they get hit. And the plan goes out their head. And I said, yeah, you're right. So, I mean, saying that, I'm just saying in general where we come from. We come from a hard place, My mother was from Brooklyn, so you already know.
My mother too. Yeah.
So, a lot of my cousins from Brooklyn, basically got the same background. It was a very dangerous situation for everybody involved. So we had to think about it, think about our children, everybody, and we rerouted it, you know what I'm saying? And we here today. Everybody's still doing their thing.
Okay.
God bless.
Yes. Well, on a lighter note, for the fans who miss K Solo, Spellbound. You know what, Spellbound? Let's get on to Spellbound, because that was like one of my first records. I know I got to hurry up because he's giving me that look like I need him. I heard there was something with the Spellbound. Yeah.
Well, DMX is a talented writer. Listen, I don't think he'll stand a chance in the cage, he smokes, a heavy drug, you know what I'm saying? And but he attached himself to it. Like, I heard DMX's rhyme against me the first time. He sounded like Big Daddy Kane, and it was like, he can mimic a style very well. I don't take anything from his abilities as a rapper, but truth of the matter is, Spellbound was written before I went in jail, so it was like, him saying that he wrote it was like, it threw a lot of people off in my corner too, because I came from a situation where, you know, that was the thing that I was working on for a long time to showcase, and it worked.
Right.
And then, you know, I got Lucifer chasing me down with it. I don't know. I was trying to teach kids how to, in other words, make it cool.
Right.
That was my image, just to make it cool for him to do that, and he took it there. And I couldn't execute anything I wanted to do. Like, all right, well, let's go in the cage and handle it. If I stole this from you, let's go handle it, and it wouldn't happen.
Right.
So it was really senseless to even engage. But what I do notice about that was that helped break the hit squad up too, because I'm probably the first rapper in my days that had a beef and your crew didn't get involved. Had that have been Method Man, Wu-Tang would have stomped somebody out.
Oh, yes.
So
yeah.
you see the demographics, like when they were young, they don't really understand pecking order and how to strategize. And sometimes there's a reason for everything. Mm-hmm. You know, sometimes if, you know, you have to put yourself in a situation where you have to fight and get out the corner, sometimes you have to. Mm-hmm. So there's a reason, there's a time and place for everything. And in this case, it didn't work in my favor with my own crew. They were like, oh, they didn't want no, they seen those guys, and I guess the motorcycles had everybody like, oh, you know what I mean? The only one that was willing to go to war with me was Murray with that.
Right.
Because Murray brought me to the Apollo. We looked at him. We said, well, peace. He was scared. They all seen it. He went his way. I went my way. But, you know, the heads weren't like, yo, we got to take care of this. You know, they used a headbanger song. They didn't get permission. It was just like, I don't want to really be associated with that because, like I said, I come from a different background than them. It's K Solo, gossipvid.com. You know how we do it.
I'm not a G-A-M-E, this ain't the S-A-M-E-R-A-P-P-E-R, whose style is O-L-D. I'm N-E-W for Y-O-U and the C